Tanzi, hello, bonjour. My name's David Garneau, and I'm curator of Gawatsir Radage. Elder Odzidza Kunra and Faithkeeper Neo Ya Ryan, thank you for the welcome and the guidance, the teachings. We're grateful guests. Welcome everyone to the Contemporary Native Art Biennale, also known as BACA 2020 and as Gawatsir Radage. Well, call us short sighted, but 6 months ago, we, the BACA team, did not consider a plan B, a backup strategy if, say, microscopic invaders closed the world. Who back then could have known that a pandemic would stall most of the exhibition's physical artworks in transit, that the galleries would be shuttered, and everyone would be either at home or on the front lines? I trust you're healthy and coping, not too weary or worried. We are grateful you could join us. Grateful too for all those providing the essential services that keep us from harm, keep us fed, cared for, and comforted. Well, here we are. That is, there you are, wherever you are. I'm here in Oscana, Regina, Saskatchewan, in my COVID studio, basically a closet. And I was wishing that we were all together physically in Montreal to open Ganawatsi at Radage. So let me tell you a little bit about the curatorial concepts guiding the exhibition. I'm not going to talk about the artists. There's just too many. I don't want to privilege some and leave others out. Everyone's important. So the last edition, the fourth edition of the Contemporary Native Art Biennale, was curated by Nikki Little and Becca Taylor 2 years ago. And that it explored the relations between Indigenous women that extend beyond blood. I was certainly influenced by that magnificent exhibition, and our version continues to be this thread. My curatorial concept was kinship, intergenerational relations, women aligning with female ancestors in particular, connections with other than human beings, and also folks looking for home in territories not home to their ancestors. I'm also interested in friendships and mentor and mentee affiliations, among other interrelations. Well, honored to curate this exhibition, I knew from the start that as I live in Regina and live in English, I would need support in Montreal. Friends there, including Nadia Mir, introduced me to Faye Mullen, who in turn engaged Rudy Acker. Together, along with project director Michael Patton, coordinator Christian Dufour, BACA president and founder Riel Lanthur, and our partner galleries, we assembled a series of exhibitions and events surveying contemporary Indigenous art across northern Turtle Island. Now, recognizing that these exhibitions take place in the traditional and unceded territory of the Ganegahaga, and that Faye, Rudy, and I, and many of the artists are not from that territory, we sought counsel with its stewards. We in the BACA board met with elders and artists at the Ganawagi Longhouse to initiate an alliance. In a subsequent meeting with Faye, Elder Odzidza Kunra and Faithkeeper Niu Ya Ryan entrusted us with our title, which I won't pronounce because I can't speak Mohawk and I don't want to butcher it. But the words picture a continuous cycle, as Faye described it to us. It's being held together hand in hand, nation to nation, and lifting the weight together. These Ganegahaga words carry the values of sustained kinship, of continuously holding matter together. BACA 2020 endeavors to give material form to these words, to express the interconnectedness of all things, while acknowledging that sustaining good relations is a weighty matter, and it's a matter of will, love, kinship, and friendship, and nothing shows this more than when we're dealing with difficult times. An aspect of maintaining good relations is reciprocity. We came to the community humbly to ask for their blessing, but also to open Ganawatsi Radage. BACA offered to provide transportation for community members who wanted to visit the exhibitions, and we commissioned Ganawagi beaters to create gifts for the artists. And at the Longhouse, we connected with artists, and we've included two from the community in the show. But we were also wondering what else they needed, what we might be able to provide. In talking to Faye, folks there lamented that their animal dressing skills had been mostly lost. Could we arrange for a workshop? And so Faye's been working with artist Hunter Casaganete to bring this to the community. Now we're going to do it virtually. Kinship is not just the subject of Gawitsir Rodage, it also informs our curatorial method. In addition to choosing fine works of art and placing them in good display relations with each other, we also decided to do things a little differently, and we asked some of the senior artists to invite kin to exhibit with them. So that kin could be family, community members, people they mentored, students, and other kindred folks. The idea was to redistribute the curatorial agency as a form of non-colonial practice. Like a ceremony or party where invited guests invite their own guests, we wanted to expand the circle to include relations we did not yet know. And as a result, the exhibition includes a lot of artists that we didn't know before, and also a few who had never shown their work in Quebec or outside their own community, and some of them didn't even consider their work as art. Gawitsir Rodage includes a full range of art media. So we have drawing and painting, ceramics, sculpture, photography, audio installations, video, digital media, performances, etc. But there's an emphasis on beading and textiles. A substantial aspect of the Indigenous Renaissance is the resurgence of traditional art forms repurposed to include engagement with contemporary experience. But I like beading particularly because it's accessible. You don't need an MFA to pick up the skills and make something special, though having a mentor definitely helps. Beading is a métissage. It's a mixture of materials and influences. The beads come from Europe. The designs, some come from there, but also when they came, they engaged the local flora and fauna as well. Making by hand, using traditional techniques, learning from watching and doing creates a haptic connection with previous generations. Gawitsir Rodage has lots of rooms filled with beautiful and interesting things. Well, eventually, hopefully. But right from the start, we focused not only on the things, but on the relations beyond things. We planned events, music, performance art, workshops, talks, panels, and other gatherings in and around the exhibitions. I'm happy to tell you that many of these events will happen, though online. We invite you to follow us on social media and join us for these virtual gatherings. Please also enjoy the artworks and artist videos on our site. New projects will be launched throughout the run of BACA 2020 Gawitsir Rodage. Thank you very much and keep safe.